Henry Cejudo, what do we make of this, right? Obviously, his comeback was big. The numbers show that, obviously. Wasn't the biggest pay-per-view, but was pretty decent. Hundreds of thousands of people bought this pay-per-view to see Henry Cejudo face Aljamain Sterling. Where do we go from here? Obviously, he's calling out Marab, which is a phenomenal fight, by the way. I cannot wait to see that. But I feel like people don't get what you have with Cejudo. Cejudo is a once in a lifetime athlete. He's a gold medalist. He's a double champion. He has wins over one of the greatest of all time, Demetrius Johnson. He has wins over the great, I guess Sterling now, but one of the greatest bantamweights of all time, and Dominic Cruz, as well as TJ Dillashaw. What I find so interesting about Henry Cejudo is how well his gimmick works, and how bad he puts himself in the light. How does it work? He is so cheesy, so generic, but it works. Coach Cejudo is something else. You saw with John Jones. Amazing, amazing what they did in that camp. Personally, I thought Henry Cejudo did enough to win against Sterling. Looking back, I see why Aljamain Sterling won, but my initial reaction was I thought Henry Cejudo won the fight. To come back from a layoff like that and perform the way he did against somebody as elite as Aljamain Sterling takes a level of greatness very few fighters have. I think, you look at the fighters that came back and were victorious, there's not many of them. I mean, GSP against Bisping, John Jones. If I'm forgetting somebody else, put them in the comments down below. But not many fighters can come out from a 3-year layoff and perform to the highest level. Henry Cejudo did just that. He performed at the highest level. Obviously, not enough to get the win, but he showcased why he's among the greatest in that division. His run is something that we will look back on and praise more later down the road. I think Henry Cejudo, he hasn't gotten the respect that I think he deserves. Obviously now, after this fight, I don't see him beating Volkanovski. I think Volkanovski runs right through him. Volkanovski used to be a 170 fighters. And the balls it takes to try and do what Cejudo is doing takes major balls, right? He wants the 3 division status. Can he get that? Unlikely. being honest. I say that as a fan of Cejudo. But I think his character is something that the UFC needs. The UFC needs a Henry Cejudo the same way the UFC needs a John Jones. Why I compare these two is because they did the exact same thing. John Jones did it at a different weight class. John Jones did it at the toughest weight class of the entire organization. Henry Cejudo, when he won the title, did it against Marlon Moraes, who you don't hear from anymore. He left before the Peter Yans came. The Sean O'Malley's, the Marabs. All these fighters now are much more different, much more skilled than the competition he would have faced had he stayed. I think his retirement was a stupid idea. I think he felt he had a lot more leverage than he did. He could have had the leverage he thought he had with another fight, I feel. I feel he was just away from being that star. Now, it's undeniable he is a star. My question to you is, if Henry Cejudo can successfully do what he wants, let's say hypothetically, he goes out, starches Marab, and then let's say he gets a rematch against Sterling, starches Sterling, starches Sean O'Malley, goes up, somehow beats Volkov or Volkanovski. What's his legacy then? Very few fighters are willing to go for this status he is. And he is somebody who is in my respect. Has Henry Cejudo earned your respect? And after this fight, are you not interested in what he does next? Did he not leave the show better than he came in? Let me know in the comments down below. What did you think about this fight? What do you think about Henry Cejudo? Do you think he's done? Do you think he can achieve what he wants to achieve? Let me know in the comments down below. This is from Darko. Thank you for watching.